Race 4 is the Tel1 merit rated 50 handicap over 1800 meters. Runners now coming out on parade. Already out is horse number 4, Hunyani. Amount of Henny Krailing for Penny Fisher. Two is Bullion Bay with Brendan McNaughton. One is Seven Kingdoms, Craig Zaki. It's followed out by the 5, Full Court, JP van der Merwe. 6 is Muhanad with Ryan Munga. 7, Piece of Pizzazz with Chase Morjan. Turning to go down is Bullion Bay. 8 is Argo Daba with Morgan Nyamagwete. Muhanad turning to go down. Full Court and Piece of Pizzazz. Those will be your runners for race 4. Off time is 14:55.
Welcome back to Bardell Park for race 4 this afternoon. The Tel1 merited 50 handicap over 1800 meters. One scratching in number 3, Sterling Road, giving us 7 runners going to post here for the first leg of today's jackpot. And I'll give you an idea of the pools once this shows up on Teletrack. I'm just finishing the race at Greyville. I'm sure they'll show it to us. But in the meantime, 7 runners going to post for the first leg of today's jackpot. And my numbers for this race is 6, Muhanad, to beat number 2, Bullion Bay, then number 5, Full Court, number 4, number 7, Piece of Pizzazz. Those are my 4 selections in the race, and let's start with number 6, Muhanad, from the Penny Fisher yard. There's lovely Giant Causeways, a 6-year-old gelding, and this horse is never far off them. Just gone a bit off form in his last 2 starts, but they were in higher divisions. He got beaten by Standpoint, who's a decent individual, and obviously ran quite below par in his last start by Wheatok and Doris. But going back to his penultimate 2 runs before that, in the same division, the MR50 division, he won a very good race being Delta Special, and then came out next time out and ran 4th by Al Salam in the same division. And I think on the Al Salam form line, he's got a huge chance of winning this race with the weights on the collateral form line with other runners in this race. And I think the distance will suit Muhanad. And I do believe that for me, he's my first choice. Ryan Munga gets a ride for Penny Fisher. But not an easy looking race. Quite a few horses in with a chance. And obviously the money horse in the race went back from 15 to 10 into 11 to 10 is number 2, Bullion Bay, who's never far off them in his career. He's always there and thereabouts, won some decent races. And then came out last time in this very division, MR50, and went down by a short head, won by a short head, beating Racy J. And that was a very good performance. Now tries a bit further, extra 200 meters, and that obviously will be my only concern with Bullion Bay, is that will he be able to go the extra 200 meters? If he does, he could very well be the winner of this race, and he definitely can't leave out of the play. I don't think it's the strongest of a MR50 handicap we're seeing here, and he could very well back up this win last time out when beating Racy J. So a lot of respect for the favourite, number 2, Bullion Bay. Then for third, I've gone with Full Court, and this horse, when he does wants to, he wins by margins of quite a bit. But his last couple of starts have been disappointing. But last time he went over 1800 meters was in the MR50 division, and JP rode him that day, and he won by 3 lengths, beating Seven Kingdoms. If he can reproduce that form, he must be in with a chance. But in his next start, he was well beaten by Al Salam, and that race was Muhanad. So, like Gokin said, a bit of an in and out sort, doesn't always give his best. But if he does come to the party today, you've got to respect number 5, Full Court. Number 4th, I've gone with number 7, Piece of Pizzazz, recent maiden winner. I thought she won a good race, gutsy performance, getting up to beat in the oven by a short head. In the oven, didn't frank the form, but ran an honest race again in the previous race, running 3rd. And you look back at earlier form, this horse hasn't been beaten by bad individuals. Barbarian, Sylviana, Catnip, and Rebel Soldiers aren't top horses, but they're decent individuals. And, she's come into the right division out the maidens at MR50, which I don't think is as strong as the divisions, especially this race. And she could very well, having changed to farm life, be relishing it, and could very well come back and win again. Those are the 4 I picked in this race, and what I think is quite a weak race. But I'm going with number 6, Muhanar, to beat number 2, Bullion Bay. Then number 5, Full Court. Number 4th, number 7, Piece of Pizzazz. Like I said, it is the first leg of the jackpot. I'm just waiting for them to finish going through the betting on the screens, and I should have an indication of the pool is like. You have about 5 minutes before the pool of this racer. Let's try and look at the jackpot for those who are out of the pick 6 by any chance. Jackpot races. Well, this first leg, I think you need to go pretty wide. I think even 7 Kingdoms at best could have a chance. I think you need to go number 1, 7 Kingdoms, number 2, Bullion Bay, number 5, Full Court, number 6, Muhanar, and number 7, Piece of Pizzazz. Then in race 5, I think go light here. I think Standpoint could be a possible banker. You might possibly back it up with the other 2 Cock and Terzi runners, number 2, Finlay, and newcomer number 6, Record Bid. I know it's one of maiden in South Africa, but the South African form is not bad. It likes this kind of distance and could be a dark horse in the race here. Number 6, Record Bid. Feature race, I think go number 1, Wildstar, and number 2, Kevin Barry. I think those 2 are classy individuals, and I think they will be fighting out the finish. And the last of the afternoon, I think Sheikhs Bashi, Road to Dubai, and Newton Power would be the ones I would go for, and that will give you a perm of about 90 Rand for a full ticket if you take Finlay, Standpoint, and Record Bid in race 6. So, race 5, sorry. So I think a 90 Rand perm there for the jackpot. I haven't seen a pool size yet. I'm still trying to see nothing there yet. But with 3 minutes to go, you've got 3 minutes to get on the jackpot, and let's hope we get a decent pool. And wrapping up here for the 4th of the afternoon, I'm going with number 6, Muhanar, to beat number 2, Bullion Bay. Then number 5, Full Court. For 4th, number 7, Piece of Pizzazz. And there we have it. The jackpot pool is sitting at 32,000 Rand. You've got about 2 minutes to get on. Hopefully you can maybe reach about 35,000, maybe even 40,000 at a push. Jackpot pool sitting just under 32,000 Rand.
We're now up on race time for race 4, the Tel 1 Marriott at a 50 handicap over 1,800 meters. runners now being called into line. Piece of Pizzazz is the first to step up. Will be joined by Full Court, Muhannad. Full Court is ready. Piece of Pizzazz. Argo Daba goes on. Bullion Bay and Hanyani to complete the lineup. Bullion Bay's gone on. Hanyani's loaded. 1800 meters to race. All set. And away and racing. They got off to a pretty decent start. Seven Kingdoms was the first one to go up to the head of affairs. Settling into second position then was Hanyani. In behind that is Argo Daba that settles into third position. Then came Full Court, Muhannad in behind those. Piece of Pizzazz, and then came the tail marker Bullion Bay. They go in a great gallop down the back straight, and the leader is still Hanyani. From back in second was Seven Kingdoms. Then a length back to Argo Daba on the rail. The silver jacket is Full Court. Dropping in behind those was Muhannad, Piece of Pizzazz, and Bullion Bay is going to have to pass all two in as they go past the 1,000 meter marker. It's out in front. Hanyani leads by half a length. From back in second was Seven Kingdoms. Full Court is behind those, racing three wide. Then came Argo Daba, the brown jacket and yellow sleeves on the paints, about 5 lengths off of the leader. Piece of Pizzazz being driven along into contention. In behind those was Muhannad, Bullion Bay, still the tail marker as they swing right-handed. Now they've got 600 meters to go. Out in front is now Seven Kingdoms. Overhauls Hanyani's lead. Hanyani's dropped into third position. In behind that, then came Full Court. Piece of Pizzazz going for a rails run. Muhannad down the center. Bullion Bay's improved to about 4 lengths off of the leader. It's Seven Kingdoms out in front. Has established a 2-length lead here. The only danger at the moment seems to be Full Court down the center. Muhannad is also being driven along. Here comes Bullion Bay, but is it far too late into the final furlong because Seven Kingdoms has got a healthy lead. Seven Kingdoms being eased up goes on and wins. Seven Kingdom wins. From back in second was Bullion Bay. Piece of Pizzazz gets third position. And maybe fourth position will go to Muhannad. Number one on the card, Seven Kingdoms, eased into the lead into the final 400 meters and never looked back. Craig Zaki doing the business for Gorkantezi. And Seven Kingdoms, coming from a 113-day rest, comes back with a bang. Second will go to Bullion Bay, set at the back of the field for much of the race, but then came back to score into that second position. That's the fourth from Borrowdale. Meters to race, all set, and away and racing. They got off to a pretty decent start. Seven Kingdoms was the first one to go up to the head of affairs. Settling into second position then was Hanyani. In behind that is Argo Daba, that settles into third position. Then came Full Court, Muhanad in behind those. Piece of Pizzazz, and then came the tail marker Bullion Bay. They go in a great gallop down the back straight, and the leader is still Hanyani. From back in second was Seven Kingdoms. Then a length back to Argo Daba on the rail. The silver jacket is Full Court. Dropping in behind those was Muhanad, Piece of Pizzazz, and Bullion Bay is going to have to pass all to win as they go past the 1,000-meter marker. It's out in front. Hanyani leads by half a length. From back in second was Seven Kingdoms. Full Court is behind those, racing 3 wide. Then came Argo Daba, the brown jacket and yellow sleeves on the paints, about 5 lengths off of the leader. Piece of Pizzazz being driven along into contention. In behind those was Muhanad, Bullion Bay, still the tail marker as they swing right-handed. Now they've got 600 meters to go. Out in front is now Seven Kingdoms. Overhauls Hanyani's lead. Hanyani's dropped into third position. In behind that, then came Full Court. Piece of Pizzazz going for a rails run. Muhanad down the center. Bullion Bay's improved to about 4 lengths off of the leader. It's Seven Kingdoms out in front. Is established a 2-length lead here. The only danger at the moment seems to be Full Court down the center. Muhanad is also being driven along. Here comes Bullion Bay, but is it far too late into the final furlong because Seven Kingdoms is got a healthy lead. Seven Kingdoms being eased up goes on and wins. Seven Kingdom wins. From back in second was Bullion Bay. Piece of Pizzazz gets third position, and maybe fourth position will go to Muhanad.
Well, it's a 5-year-old mare, Seven Kingdoms, owned by St. John Gray, and who wins here the 4th of the afternoon on a Craig Zaki for Cock and Jersey. Craig, interesting ride, because I mean, in terms of a home, you just let us bow along, and probably paid off because she's got a lovely stride.
Yeah, look, she had a draw. It was in her favor. She was there quick. She had a good lead. And yeah, the fun was just sort of started dying just before the home turn. And that's when she started grabbing the bit. And I didn't really want to break her stride. I pulled her out and let her get to what she'd be comfortable with. And she won a nice race here. She gave me everything she had.
Well, we're watching the replay just now. I mean, it's like she's got a lovely stride. I mean, and she kept finding.
Yeah, beautiful action, nice big filly. She's a bit temperamental, can play up and be a bit of a handful, but you just have to be soft with her and just work with her, and she'll become the tamest filly around. And like I said, she won a good race.
Good thing for you is, and we're talking about off air, I mean, you're riding winners every single day, every week in Johannesburg, PE all over the place, and here you just can't crack one. Well, you finally cracked one today, so you've broken the voodoo or whatever you call it.
Yeah, thank God. It's been going very good for me all around. Sepals, I just found the places all the time. But I'm just glad. Big thanks to Gok and keep bringing me down, giving me the opportunities. And I don't know if Mr. Gray still has shares in the source. Well done to him.
Well done on finally getting a win in Zimbabwe, and hopefully many more to come.
Thank you so much.
Well, then they have Craig Zaki riding a winner here in Barada for Gok and Gong. I thought it was a very convincing win. She wasn't in the original noms or declarations, and she snuck in through the back door. And she's won a very good race.
Yes, Thomas, you know, every week I have to hold races, and it is a nice surprise when they come and do this. You know, I always feel like I'm, letting the horse down by chucking them in the race. So I just tell the jockeys, look after them. Bear in mind, they weren't meant to run. But look, she was fresh, she was happy. I don't think she could have been in any better condition. She was looking amazing. I thought an 1800 after a race would be a bit far for her. But, with all fairness, the field wasn't that great. So, she got 3 lengths on them. They weren't really going to run on. They look convincing, but she's going up a division now. I think she'll get the points, and let's see. I'll bring her back over shorter. But very gutsy from the mare, and I'm very proud of her. And well done to St. John Gray for having another win with us, and then Zimbabwe. Nice to see his colours here. So well done to him, and also to Craig. A great ride. She's not an easy filly. Being a little bit fresh today was even a bit harder for him today, but he deserved the win, and I'm very glad and very thankful that he came up. So thank you, Craig, and to his family.
But like I said, all you have to do is go back and look in the form lines. I mean, an earlier form in Zimbabwe, she had a chance to win this, especially down in the MR50 division. Right division, earlier form was there. I know her last couple of runs were a bit disappointing. Maybe it's gone off the boil or whatever. But you know what? If you look at it properly, there was every chance she could win.
Definitely, reading in between the lines, she ran second to Dirty Champagne a few runs back, and it's the first time she ran an MR50. So very grateful that she did drop down to a 49, and we got the win. So yeah, well deserved, and thank you very much.
Double in the day so far, so well done.
Thanks, Thomas. Yes, very over the moon. Well done to Glenwood Racing and to all the team. Thank you.
From Gocken Terzi, winning his second win of the afternoon, and this time with number 1, Seven Kingdoms. Wins a very good race, and I thought a very good ride from Craig Zaki. When the front horse fell away, he pressed the button, made her use her stride, and she kicked clear, and that was really race over. She was never going to stop from there. She really got lovely action, this filly, this 5-year-old mare actually, and she won a good race, good win there from this horse, and a good ride from Craig. Well done to St. John Gray and Gocken Terzi, the conditioner. Second place went to the favourite, number 2, Bullion Bay. He came from behind the field, but obviously with the filly getting so far ahead, it was very hard for her to catch, but he ran a good race in second. Third place went to number 7, Piece of Pizzazz. Good run, first one out the maidens. I thought it was a good run. I watch her in these divisions in the future time. And fourth place went to number 6, Muhannad. But well done to St. John Gray, Craig Zaki, and Gocken Terzi for winning with 7 Kingdoms.